Hi everyone. Welcome to our free angel reading. I'm just going to do exactly what I've been doing the last few days. I'm going to do our opening prayer and I'm going to follow my angel's guidance. I'll answer some of the questions on the chat. I'll answer some of the questions you guys have already posted on the post. And I'll just follow the questions that I think or I'm getting guided are going to give us the most healing and the most growth. I'm streaming from a platform, so unless you click accept, you have to type your name into the comment, okay? Just so that I can see your name and who you are. I'm going to start off with an opening prayer, and then off we go, full systems ahead. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives, and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Ooh, okay. First one already. Hi, I'm Bella. Hi, Bella. Which block connects receiving? Whoa, 1 second. Which block connects receiving no finances from all sources on the physical plane and the relationship with compatible life partners always on the physical plane? Here in Calabria, Italy. Thank you. Okay, and if it's possible to heal or unblock this now. So not everybody has the same blocks, okay? And that's what you have to understand. You can have the same block for different reasons because people have different divine curriculums. And to put it in a very simple psychological context, people have different traumas, right? So one person not getting married can be about sexual abuse, and one person not getting married can be about birth trauma and having watched their mom go through a very difficult, postpartum depression. So it's the same thing with a financial block. Not receiving blocks from finances, when I'm scanning you, it seems like it has to do with like this belief, and so women have only really been allowed to earn for about 200 years, and even then only in some countries. And it used to be, even with our grandmothers, that yes, they were allowed to go to university and they were allowed to start jobs, but the assumption was that when they got married they would leave, right? So, and most of them did leave and become full-time mothers, etc. So there's this very strong connection on a genetic level, and many women still do. I'm not saying this from a place of judgment, but when you're asking me what's the block, there's a very strong belief that when you have a soulmate, you can't have a career and that you have to choose, and it's an ancestral belief. So if you'd like that removed, just say yes, and we'll get the angels of abundance to come in and remove it. And download into you and into your ancestral line what it feels like to have a soulmate relationship where you both earn and where you both share the parenting equally, and where you respect each other financially and parentally, and that you're both responsible for the home, you're both responsible for the kids. And what that feels like, what that is, what the vibration is, and that it's available to you to earn financially and have a divine life partner. Okay, that's looking a lot better. They're also showing me, my love, that there's stuff around not wanting to travel, and I'm really sorry, but Archangel Raphael actually is coming in really strong. He's angel of travel, and he's saying to me that you are blocking your divine timing because you are refusing to travel. I know you want to stay in Calabria, but you have to help people all over the world, and I have a fear of traveling as well. So I suggest that you work on that. I used to be terrified of traveling alone, and it was my husband. He also had a very full-on divine life purpose, so I had to learn to travel alone. Otherwise, those people weren't going to get the help that I'd committed to giving them on a soul level. And you are being guided to travel, so your job is to get up in the morning and ask God where he would have you go and what you would have him do. So stop fighting your divine guidance when you get told to travel. You can have a home where you are, but your divine life purpose is bigger, than where you are. You're going to have to shift. And you're probably going to get, they're saying to me, you're probably going to get to come back. So, and it's say probable because futures can shift, and your soulmate is, not in Italy, but you might change your mind once you've actually come out of the time that you're in, and you find a community. People change when they find belonging. But like for me, for example, I didn't want to leave Aberdeen. I was a country girl. I loved Scotland, and London terrified me. I mean, it really terrified me. But London made me into an adult woman, and it made me into an entrepreneur, and it gave me the chance to be myself in a place where, to start again, where no one knew me, instead of in a place where I was already defined, right? So it really, really frightened me. I'm not going to lie. And packing up my car and driving down there was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. It was also one of the best things I've ever done. So sometimes divine guidance, you have to stop fighting it and just follow it. Otherwise, things get delayed. Synchronicities don't happen. You just don't meet the people you're supposed to meet when you're supposed to meet it. Okay, so hi Sky, can you please help me with my marriage? Any advice from the angels? Thank you. Okay, I'm getting Archangel Raphael coming in thick and fast here. Let me see what guidance he has for you. Ooh, okay, so I'm going to have to use a different deck. So he asked me to use one deck, but I don't have it, so I'm going to have to use the other one. Okay. Let's see what he has to say. I'm going to have to find my romance deck. We moved, so I'm still figuring out where everything is. Bear with me. Oh, it's jumping already. Oh, okay, I've got one. Okay, so I got music for manifesting and positive energy. So what they're basically showing me is that it's become too serious and everything in the relationship has become hard work. They want you to clear the energy of the house, clear the energy, like literally we're going to get Archangel Michael to come in and just vacuum the relationship of all the arguments, all the toxic energy, all the power struggles. Okay, that's starting to look better. And the music for manifesting one, it's a double-edged sword. So be careful the lyrics of the songs that you're listening to. If it's all, he broke my heart, and life is so terrible, and he left me, and be very careful the lyrics in the songs that you're listening to. The angels often show me this. So please don't listen to heartbreak songs. It's manifesting not good things in your marriage. Please change the music that you're listening to and you're singing along to music that has positive lyrics about romance and the outcome, and they're saying it's going to really help you manifest more good things, and long-term connection inside your family. And they're saying surround yourself with positive people, situations, and avoid negativity. So it's kind of like they're saying you pretty much have to withdraw from the negative situation that you're in, recalibrate, and then re-enter the marriage from a different point. And that might mean going for a walk, that might mean going and staying with a girlfriend for a couple of days, that might mean a spa day, but there's an energy of having to pull away, just put a stop or a period between you and the negativity, clear the energy, and then go back with a fresh perspective or a fresh start. And I'm also being shown that not to keep discussing your marriage with people who don't have good intentions for you in your relationship. I know you're just trying to get guidance and help from them, but these people have no idea what relationship advice they're giving. They're just giving bad relationship advice, and it's also causing bad juju between your friends and your partner, and your family and your partner. So if you want to talk to somebody, please talk to a therapist or get a proper healing sessions around this, but don't verbalize your frustrations at your partner with your friends or with your family, because they're going to hold on to the resentment towards him a lot longer than you are, and they're also going to get the message that they can talk badly about him to you, and On a subconscious level, a man's deepest subconscious psychological desire is respect. If you want to understand more about masculine and feminine, I strongly recommend David Data, Dr. Pat Allen, the Anthony Robbins relationship program. But they really talk about the strongest subconscious desire of a man is to be respected, and one of the fastest ways to disrespect your partner, and that women do it and then pretend they didn't do it, they kind of gaslight men, is they talk badly about them to their mother, to their best friend, sometimes even to their children, and then they're like, I didn't do anything, I was just expressing my true feelings. By all means, express your feelings, but it has to be to somebody that can be held in that can hold a space for you, and so in a way that it's not, after you've expressed those feelings to your partner, to their face, instead of behind their back and in a passive aggressive way. That can really destroy marriages and relationships. So backing away, really doing some serious self-care with like a proper relaxation day. If you can't afford a spa day, etc., massaging your own hands, massaging your own feet, running a hot bath, locking the bathroom door, putting on some really strong earphones, etc., getting away from the negativity, and changing the lyrics of the music you're listening to, and being careful who you talk to about your relationship, and only talking positively about your relationship, and working out problems with your partner and with a therapist instead of with your friends and with family. Okay. Lovely day to you. Lovely day to you too. Matthias saying, hi, dear Sky. So happy to see you. Can you please tell me what my life path is? What job would be best for me? Okay. Let me just close my eyes. Angels, career angels, come on in. What's the best career path for this one? Okay, so they're immediately showing me something in hospitality. You do very well with organizing and running teams of people. And they're showing me that there's a lot about needing to learn about planning and project management and strategy, but it's either events, like an events manager, or um, like a hospitality manager would be like the perfect role for you. There's a real energy of enjoying, celebrating, and putting beautiful events together. And they're saying that they can be spiritual events, but that it's kind of like all kinds of events. There's like a real joy that comes from that, is what they're showing me. Okay, Kate Hedge is saying, hi, Sky, sending so much gratitude. Can you do a scan for my brother Matt? He has ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, and nothing has worked, and he's getting worse. Can you also scan for me? Thank you very much. Kate, my love, much as I'd love to, it kind of goes against people's free will for me to share their personal psychic information when they're not on the call. So if you can get him to ask the question himself, or if you can repost the question saying that you have his permission, like drop him a text or something and say, hey, I've asked somebody to have a look at your energy. Is that okay? And if they say yes, then I can have a look. But it's kind of a public reading, so it's not fair for me to do that kind of a scan on someone that have their private information channeled out across to a bunch of people they don't know. Bless. Sorry. Sarah saying, what can I do to feel safe? What is needed for me? So my love, safety is not, it's a feeling, and it's a belief that you can overcome the challenges that life throws at you. So those are the two things the two beliefs that create safety, that no matter what comes, you have the resilience and the resources to solve any problems that are in your way. It's one of my favorite Louise Hay affirmations. I have the power, the resilience, and the resources to solve any problem that comes my way. And it also comes from learning how to have your own back, how to stand up for yourself, how to defend yourself, and how to bring people into your life who are also safe. How does it work for you? You need to look at the places in your life where you didn't feel safe. That's where you start, right? Because that's where the places that God's safety is being blocked from entering. Who in your life made you feel not safe? Why were they allowed to make you feel not safe? And that might be a mother figure or a father figure who, when you're a kid, you don't have financial resources. You don't even have the emotional, intellectual resources often to fight back, right? So why did they make you feel not safe? And you allowed them to because back then you didn't have that, but now you do. It might be that It might that you were bullied by a teacher, etc. And that you felt like you need them to give you a particular grade, or you need them to give you a reference, and you said nothing. Same thing with a boss. Same thing if somebody sexually abused you and you felt like you couldn't say no because they'd hurt you, or they would or your family would abandon you, or they told you that they would kill you if you told someone. So you're looking at where didn't feel safe. It might be that you were bullied at school, and if you told people, it just made it worse, or people hit you, and then you work on those individual traumas, and that's what healing sessions are for. Is allowing those emotions to be released and then reprogramming the blueprint. But that's how you work on it. You first of all, you start off by looking at what you have to work on, and making the unconscious conscious, right? And then you take the time to actually work through that in different sessions, so that you can actually develop a feeling of safety that's not just lip service and isn't based on spiritual bypassing. It's based on actually feeling safe and actually having a new blueprint for responding differently in these situations. Okay, I would like to know when I will find my romantic partner. Thank you. That's Marija. Let me go and have a look. Creator of all this is commanded to scan. I'm going to bring in the romance angels. Okay. So can you do me a favor? Can you gently just open your energy for me? Because I'm trying to scan you, but it's like your energy is completely shut down. So the first thing I'm going to do is send you so much unconditional love and safety. Okay, and I'm bringing in the romance angels as well. My love, there is some serious trust issues here and some serious visibility issues here. They're showing me that you're going to have to work on releasing trauma from previous romantic relationships and do some serious father forgiveness before you're ready to meet your soulmate. Your energy is very closed. It's not how you present yourself to the world, but your energy is like boom, right? It's like it's just shut off. Connecting with you is going to be really hard for somebody to get in, or to get you to trust them. So I'd work through your trust wounds with a therapist. You're like, they're showing me you're a very attractive person. So finding the soulmate isn't going to be the issue. It's like the moment that these blocks are removed, it's like almost like an iron boom on it. And they're showing me that the moment that this moves, you're going to be in the relationship, which is actually why you're afraid of letting these walls go up. Okay. Debrava. Hi, Sky. Please tell me, where is my divine life partner, how to recognize him, where to go, and am I blocking him to come into my life? Thank you very much. Okay, let me have a scan. Okay, so immediately when I'm asking, the angels are showing me an airport, and I see an image of you moving through an airport. So I really feel like you're going to meet him either at the airport or on holiday. Are you blocking? So for you, your energy is mostly open, but your heart is just aching. So can we just pull out all the sadness from your heart? And the loneliness, oh my gosh, so much loneliness. So if anyone's listening and they're really struggling with loneliness, can we just get Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael? Archangel Ariel is coming in. Archangel Ariel is the angel of the oceans, but she also really helps with young children and with emotional issues, because you can understand how powerful water energy is and the element of water is when it comes to clearing difficult, unconscious undercurrents and emotions that might be controlling situations that we're not even aware of. So if you like those angels, just say yes. Ooh. Okay, that's looking a lot better to me. Are you blocking him from coming into your life? There's a real fear around abuse. So I'm going to say the same thing that I said to your to the person before you. There's some real father healing and forgiveness that needs to be done here. Can we just okay, can you guys just bring your fathers in front of you? Apparently today is Forgive Daddy Day. Let's bring your father energetically in front of you. And you can pause this here if you're watching the replay, or come back to this if you're like, at work or hiding in the bathroom somewhere. Yes, I know some of you are sitting on the toilet. Sorry. Psychics, what are you going to do? Just breathe. I want you to call your father in front of you, and I want you to allow yourself to express your feelings. We're just going to do the forgiveness exercise. Remember to go all the way up into Creator's light or into all that is. Just allow yourself to express your feelings towards your father. If it helps, put your hand on your heart. And there's a real anger in a lot of you at never receiving the validation or the significance or the recognition, never really being seen. And some of you have fathers that were like completely absent. Some of you have fathers that were just emotionally absent. Some of you have fathers that were just physically absent. And some of you have fathers that were very controlling, etc. So just express those feelings. We're not judging here. Okay, God is not going to judge. We're just coming to God as we are and to your angels as we are. And we're expressing the feelings that are there so we can release the resentment and bring more love. We're not judging. I know that all of our parents were doing the best that they could do. Okay, I'm not going to destroy the relationship with your parents in any way, shape, or form. We're just going to heal it. There we go. I can feel some of you really being like, okay. Avoiding expressing toxic feelings towards a parent doesn't mean we don't have them. It just means they get locked in our bodies and in our minds. The sooner we express it to God, the better the relationship will be. There we go. Whew. Gosh, I can feel the shifts. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Okay, hi Sky. A lovely day to you. Oh, actually, one second. Can you guys just release that father energy into the light? Say thank you to your father. And we're just going to ask Archangel Michael to just cut any cords. There we go. So that you can create new relationships. So cords often keep you attached to old relationships and also old versions of your father that no longer exist, right? It's not just you that's changed, your father's changed. So sometimes we can't see who somebody is now because the past projects so strongly onto the present. And now that we've cut those cords, or you're letting Archangel Michael cut those cords, it's going to get a lot easier. Okay, Successful Me says, hi Sky, a lovely day to you. Please send healing to my mother's mental health. My mother's name is Margie Mandat. I'm Mary Chris. Thank you. Okay. Archangel Raphael, can you please surround Mary and Margie? Can you please do a healing on Margie's mom's mental health, please? Thank you. Just going to pour unconditional love and health through every single cell, every single molecule, every single layer of belief. And then load her with what mental health feels like, that it's safe to be mentally healthy. She knows how to be mentally healthy, that it's possible to be mentally and emotionally healthy now. Okay. Hello, who are my spirit guides and what can I do to connect with them? I can't hear or see anything. I believe it's also linked to the block on my spiritual abilities which I have not yet manifested. Okay, so your angels are loud, just so you know. Like, I tuned into you and I, I almost went like this. So your angels are super, super loud. And when I'm asking them, what can you do to connect with them? They're saying that you need to like join some kind of spiritual development school. Now that can be like a theta healing class, or that can be a psychic school, but you need a space to practice your claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, and clairvoyance. The reason that you can't connect to your guides and angels is because of past life trauma, and it's going to get resolved very quickly the moment you find yourself amongst other people who are practicing their psychic gifts. But it's a gift that literally sometimes has to be opened up, and they're really showing me, get you in, get your butt into a psychic class, get your butt into a psychic class, get your butt into a psychic class. So there's a real energy of needing to actually have some spiritual training, because these gifts are powerful. We kind of, Course in Miracles says that if you treat a psychic gift as a toy, then it will be a toy. But the reality is that psychic gifts are powerful, and people can really struggle with how to manage them. Clairsentients are always saying, "I don't want to feel other people's feelings, especially if they're depressed or anxious or it really hurts." If you're around somebody who's grieving and then 5 minutes later you can't stop crying for 2 hours, that's a hard thing. If you're like me and you had your spiritual awakening, I went from being like a normal student to somebody that was really struggled. I had so much social anxiety because I could pick up everybody's energy. I could read people's thoughts. I didn't know how to deal with what people really thought about me versus what they were saying, because suddenly all that stuff was coming up. It was, and seeing people's auras and past lives, and it was just too much. I didn't know how to handle it, and I had no training. So I actually thought I was going mad. I went to the GP and I was like, I'm having some kind of mental breakdown. And then when I got a psychological assessment, they were like, no, you're fine. You just have gifts. And they sent me to a school, and then everything kind of worked out. So there's a lot to be said for getting psychic and spiritual training and gifts. Okay. It's an important one. Hi, Sky. Hope Archie is feeling better today. Yeah, thank you. He's starting to feel better. The croupy barking cough is gone, but he's still a bit full of catarrh. But I got he got his voice back this morning. So keep sending angel love his way, and so will I. And hopefully he'll be right as rain very soon. We moved, right, and I think from a metaphysical perspective, he's sad because it's, even though he clearly loves his new home, it's he misses his old one, and I'm being present for that. But it's difficult with toddlers because they can't really express themselves, and then it gets trapped inside the body. Yeah. Please, can you ask my angels about whether I will meet my soulmate, and can you see any soul babies? Okay, immediately yes to soul babies. I can actually see 3 soul babies around you. About whether you will meet your soulmate. I'm seeing that there's a block to you meeting your soulmate. When I'm scanning you, it's literally coming to you feeling like a man will take away your power. Some kind of competition energy between you and men financial, like a real fear of trusting men to take care of you financially. Can we just release that? Would that be okay? Okay, that looks good to me. It looks like it's wide open now, darling, so good luck. Hi, Skylar. What's the main issue for me right now regarding having more women show up for my online or live events? Iona. Okay, let me scan. Okay, so Creator's showing me that you're not celebrating your clients and your and the women that are inside your groups. So it's not that you don't see what they're doing, it's that you need to actually write it down. It's kind of like if you start a practice with the women who are already in your groups or your online events of actually writing them like a gratitude note after the events, um, so that you get into the habit of praise and validation, and also sharing not just their big successes but their small ones, on your social page or inside the group, um, running little like competitions, or where you for assignments, or whoever did the best assignment, or who's been the most supportive for their members of the group, things like that. Like they're showing me it's about community building, and also about praise and validation. They call it, when it comes to like coaching, they call it morale building, um, and it's, I think it's going to help you generate more people. They're also showing me that you have a fear, like it's an energy of like being responsible for their results, and then what happens is you can only bring in a certain number of people that you feel that you can give individual attention to. So can we release the belief that you're responsible for people's results? And can we show you that you're responsible for doing your best and for showing up, but that you're not responsible for other people's results? Okay, that's looking a lot better. Abundance gates open. Hopefully it's going to bring in a lot more people for you thick and fast. You can post just because something's online doesn't mean it's not energetic. So I want you to think of it this way. I want you to think about if you were to hire a room in a hotel, or if you were to rent a retreat center, wouldn't you clear that space before you invite people into it? And wouldn't you clear it again once they'd left at night? So it's really important to energetically clear out the Facebook group space, right? Or the space on Podia, or the space on Thinkific. Literally hold that space exactly the same as if you were hold that space exactly the same as if you were holding the space in a physical room. We often forget, because our higher selves are not used to virtual spaces the same way that our human selves are, that it's exactly the same. So remember to clear the energy as well, because I think you've got some people in your group that are very like flat. So can we just bring in the energy of movement and abundance and clearing and results and miracles and breakthrough into your online groups? Anybody else that wants that, just say yes. And can we download you with Creators Perspective? You can muscle test for your limit of people that you can work with and you feel you can help. So I want to go yes, 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 no, 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 or yes, 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 your body should go gently forwards. No, 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 your body should go gently backwards. And just say out loud, I can only help 10 people at once. I can only help 20 people at once. I can only help 30 people at once. I can only help 50 people at once. I can only help 60 people at once. I can only help 70 people at once. I can only help 80 people at once. So you can see that I'm stuck around 60, 65 people at once, right? So that's my inner numbers limit. So you want to release that. And then you want to ask Creator to replace it with Creator's perspective, definition, understanding of you being able to help and serve 100 people at once, 200 people at once, 300 people at once, 400 people at once, 1,000 people at once, 20,000 people at once, 40,000 people at once. And then you want to do the belief work around that until you can muscle test yes, where you can serve those people. Okay. Okay. Hi, beautiful. Do you think I can come off thyroxine of 33 years since my daughter was born? With thyroid gland work or heal again? Okay. So I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't tell you whether to come or not come off your meds. What I can say and what your angels are showing me is that if you want to, you need to discuss this with your doctor first. And they're literally showing me you doing acupuncture or acupressure for your thyroid. And they're showing me you need to work on birth trauma because it's since your daughter's birth and it's birth trauma. You felt like you were silenced during your birth. And like nobody understood what it was like to be a new mom. And if you release those emotions, Mother Mary is coming in super strong as I'm tuning into you. She really wants to work with you to help you heal that. So we're going to send in Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene as well. Okay, that's looking a lot better. But yeah, gradually, because whenever you haven't been using something for 10 years, it's like if you hadn't been walking on a leg for 10 years. Do I believe you can learn to walk again? 100%. But is it going to take you a few months? Probably, right? And daily practice. So I'm just going gradually, working with proper professionals, and getting like literally working with the proper professionals, acupuncture and herbs wise, to release and restore your levels of iodine, and working with a proper medical intuitive or a therapist to work through the birth trauma and people not properly giving you the support you needed as a new mom. Okay. Okay. Susie E saying, hello, Sky. Can you give me clarity about my sleeping troubles? Thank you. Ooh, okay. So, okay. So immediately they're showing me like Netflix or some kind of other program. I'm not sure if you're watching something late at night, but they're showing me something you're doing is destroying your melatonin levels. So they're saying to switch off all devices, whether it's phone or laptop or something, at least an hour before you want to go to sleep. And they're showing me a diary because you're worrying and you're falling asleep worried. So it's a good idea to maybe do like half an hour of EFT or tapping, or listen to a hypnosis script or a meditation, or have a really nice hot bath before bed. But there's a real energy of you have to let yourself let yourself brain dump, almost like let go of all the anxiety. So when you're sleeping, you're actually sleeping and resting. There's a very good supplement actually that is a mix of valerian root and valerian root, L-tryptophan, cherries for melatonin, and to give you like deep metabolic sleep. If you drop me a DM either on Facebook or on actually you're on YouTube, so drop me a DM on YouTube and I'll send you a link, because it can take a bit of time to reprogram your brain to fall asleep. It's a bit like the opposite of jet lag. When you train your body to stay awake later, it takes a while to turn it back the other way around. Okay, hi Sky. I met a doctor called Dr. Sai Vic during my mom's treatment. I strongly feel he is my future husband. I wanted to check on that. I'm not sure if he is single. All I know is that he is a father. Your help is so appreciated. Okay. Romance angels, come on in. Okay, so what I'm seeing, like they're showing me like a sliding doors moment where you're actually picking up on the fact that you've been married in another lifetime. Um, I don't like energetically when I ask them about marriage, they're not showing me a ring, which normally I see like either an engagement ring or a marriage ring with like two marriage rings knotted together when someone is married. And I'm not seeing that for him. So I think he's either separated or was never married to begin with. But I energetically feel like he does have a partner on the scene. Okay. I don't know if it's serious, but there is someone there. It's quite common for people to call in more than one soulmate at once, particularly if they're not happy with the soulmate that they're with, or if they manifested soulmates before they met the person and all the soulmates kind of come in at different times. Okay, so let's just bring in the angels of courage and the romance angels to give you the courage to be honest. I mean, obviously don't tell the man you want to be your future husband, but to ask and to show interest without feeling like a fool or like you're going to embarrass yourself. There we go. Okay. Elizabeth Jacobella saying, hello, beautiful sky. My elderly mother has a distressing skin condition. There's no visible skin lesions. The skin feels like it's burning and intensely itchy. The itchiness affects her sleep. Her diet is good overall. She does not eat processed foods. We've tried so many things, but nothing is helping. What's causing the skin problem and what can we do to alleviate it? Thank you very much for your help. So they're showing me that drinking a little bit of bicarbonate of soda and water 3 times a day, once in the morning, once at noon, once at night. It looks like it's a fungal issue in her blood, actually. Obviously, I'm not allowed to diagnose, so I get her tested for intestinal candida if you can. It looks like it's a candida issue to me. So bicarbonate of soda inside the bath, and like a half teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, one with breakfast, one with lunch, one with dinner. And peppermint, it really helps relieve itching as well. So a little bit of like doTERRA peppermint oil will help a lot until it's resolved. We're just going to send in Archangel Raphael and his band of mercy to help. Okay, that looks good. Okay, Mahara is saying, hi, Skylar. Oh, energy break required for that one. Hi, Skylar. Could you help me clear any health or finance blocks? I think both are linked in my case at the moment. Thank you very much. Okay, so please don't kill the messenger, but your angels are like showing me, because I'm immediately getting the abundance angels, that you don't want to work. There's a real energy of like, I don't want to do it. I really need to rest, and you're not respecting your need to rest. And that's what's causing the health problems, because you only let yourself rest when you're sick. So, can we release you from the belief that rest is laziness and that you can only rest when you're sick? And any childhood trauma where you were punished for resting or called lazy for resting, or where you had to get sick to get love, connection, compassion, and presence from parents or caregivers, can we resolve this now? Replace it with the ability to connect and get love and get presence and validation when you're healthy, and the ability to rest when you're healthy. There's also a belief that's inherited here. I'm not sure if it's from father or mother, but someone in your family died from working too hard. So, can I release the belief that working too hard will kill you, and replace it with, I know how to have work life harmony in my life. Working makes me happy, healthy, purposeful, and strong. I know what it feels like to love my work. I know what it feels like to have my work love me. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Okay, Angela's saying, hi Sky, could you tell me when or if I will meet the one? 100% you will. Like, I immediately see the romance angels coming in really strong. Just getting ready to pull cards for soulmates today. Goodness knows why. I'm hoping that my mermaid's deck is gonna be up to scratch till I find my other ones. Just gonna clear it. Off we go. When. Okay. Okay, so you got the cards playtime, rest, and healing heart. So I'm being shown that there's an energy of like only work and no play, no real time for joy. And they're showing me to manifest your soulmate by like taking naps, like reading, like really good romance books, and then letting yourself have a little 10 or 15-minute manifestation nap. And doing things that you love. So this energy of playtime connected to healing heart, they're showing me that, let yourself sign up for workshops, let yourself go to places, things like, fire walks, sweat lodges, meditation ceremonies, particularly things like gong baths and cacao ceremonies, and where there's a mix of men and women, or like plant ceremonies. I have a feeling that your soulmate runs sweat lodges for some reason, because I keep seeing sweat lodges. And they're showing me that there's going to be some kind of a heart healing work involved. You literally got the healing heart card, right? With the with the energy of, like, see the inner child coming from the heart there inside the card, right? So literally showing you that it's going to take you deep, and it's an unconscious block that's going to be removed, but through play and through rest. Like, it's not a forcing it to happen. And this is a very spiritual soulmate. Okay, this is a man who's already on his path, who's developed quite a lot of healing skills, and it's just letting yourself do what you love, and it's going to go. But that's what they're saying, playtime and rest. That's where you're going to meet your soulmate. This card, particularly around the healing heart, because it's so green and blossoming, I would say this is going to be summer. I get a really strong summer feeling, but it might, like, this is the thing about us being so global and everybody traveling so much, it might be summer when you're traveling, right? Because this card very much looks like Hawaii to me. But that's where it starts to get to, people have traveled so much, and there's people of all backgrounds everywhere in the world. But yeah, it's gonna be hot, and it's gonna be humid in the climate where you meet him. It's gonna be like a summer type area, and it's going to be during some kind of a healing retreat, and to rest, to manifest it. So, like, manifestation naps, and you can see the little sleeping baby, right? This energy of you've been working hard, take a nap and get a rest. And you're a powerful healer. They know you've been healing your heart and working on your heart. So it's a way of telling you that the healing is almost complete. There's just one or two, I think, judging from the number of beings underneath the water on this card, there's probably 3 healing sessions to go before it's completely finished. But yeah, they're showing me you will meet your soulmate, and it's going to be, angels, how many? 6 months. Okay, 6 months at the moment. Bear in mind that you can do healing sessions to change the time frame for meeting your divine partner. And unless there's a divine timing involved, let's say that they need to get a divorce, or they need to change jobs, or they need to get better from an illness, like there's some kind of divine timing involved, then it won't work. But yeah. Okay, Palmova saying, hi Sky, appreciate your guidance on my career path, and how do I heal from severe burnout? Okay, so calling on the theme from rest, I'm just going to do an energy break and just send you so much unconditional love. Okay, so first things first. Can we just send so much unconditional love to the part of you that feels unworthy of your good? Because that's where this hustle's coming from, is the part of you that doesn't feel good enough. Okay, that's already starting to look a lot better. And can I just pull this energy of hustle and can we replace it with the energy of authenticity, the capacity to show up as you are? Okay, that's starting to look a lot better. Okay, and then they're showing me to kind of hone in on your perfectionism wound. So can we send unconditional love to your perfectionism wound? Is that okay? Okay, that's looking a lot better. So when it comes to burnout, you're looking at normally hustle, perfectionism, and low self-worth. So I would literally like appoint 4 healing sessions for each of those wounds and then work through it with a professional, so that you can keep doing the beautiful work that you do, but actually whilst being supported by a team without trying to do it all yourself, and delivering it at a level that you're capable of delivering it at. Because what happens a lot in the online space is that people are comparing people. So let's say you're kind of like me and you're just learning how to run online events. For example, I've only been running online events for just over a year now. Right before COVID, all my events were in-person events, and people will compare you to like authors and people like Anthony Robbins and Brennan Burchard and Joe Dispenza, and you just don't have the financial capacity to keep up. And even comparing yourself wouldn't work because they have teams of like over 100 people delivering their service at that level. Everybody has to begin somewhere, right? So you have to figure out what you can give and be very clear about what you can give, and then let people get to where they need to get to, within their own stuff. But what can really happen, is that you can, especially especially with toxic clients or toxic students, is that people can get very angry when you say no, particularly if they don't pass a course or if they don't pay for something, or if they don't show up and meet the course requirements. And it's that energy of knowing when someone shows you, that they don't have respect for you, or they don't have respect for what you're doing or for your work, that it's being fair to you and being fair to them, but ending the relationship and saying what you mean and meaning what you say, instead of letting that person keep taking advantage of you. So, for example, let's say somebody pays for your masterclass, and then 24 hours later, they're like, after they've watched it and they've been online and they've asked you questions about it, and then they go, I want a refund, right? Or somebody comes and they do your entire mastermind, and then they go 6 months later, they're like, oh, I have this problem, or I had that problem. Or somebody waits till the end of their degree and is like, well, it's your fault, I didn't study, I didn't pass. This stuff is for real. People can get very entitled, right? It's being able to say to them, in the kindest way possible, hey, um, much as I feel for you, this is something that you have to deal with. Whereas if you look online with the big companies, they can afford to give refunds to everybody without going bankrupt. Small companies can't, right? And there's a lot of that energy out there. So can I release you from attracting people and keeping people that are just going to use you or suck you dry or parasitical? And can we show you that it's safe for you to set financial boundaries in your business? Okay. Marina is saying, hi, Sky. I'm so happy that the universe somehow led me to this page last evening. Oh, welcome. My question would be, can you help me with clarity? What my biggest money block is? I'm working on this topic for a while. Thank you very much. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, so I'm immediately being taken to low self-worth and visibility. They're showing me that you're a very good healer, but that you are just hiding. You are hiding everywhere. You're hiding in emails, you're hiding in social media, and you're even hiding when people talk to you about what you do. So if people ask you what you do, you don't say I'm a healer, or I'm a coach, or it's very difficult. You actually, like, energetically, you have to look for you to find you. They're showing me it comes from being humiliated as a kid for like being different or being weird. So it's working around healing the trauma of being bullied, and actually being shown that you have $1 million gifts, and that it's important for you to um, to understand that other people bullying you is a reflection of their insecurity, not of your worth. And it's also a soul lesson for you to learn how to stand up for yourself, and also for you to learn not to put your worth on the table. So I can be very irritating when it comes to this with people that don't like me, because people, when they're angry at you, will often attack your self-worth. And I've done so much metaphysical and spiritual work that, like Brené Brown says, my self-worth is no longer on the table. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm also not here to make people like me. I'm here to do my divine life purpose. I'm here to serve my mission, right? And to the best of my ability, of course, I care what people think. I'm never going to pretend that I don't. And I'm a very vulnerable and kind person. But the moment that someone thinks that they can use that vulnerability, or they mistake my kindness for weakness, I've got very strong boundaries. And it doesn't matter how much they push, because that was the other thing. If you ever had kids, because most of you guys know I've got a little boy. One of the things they realize is if they ask you for something multiple times, then you're more likely to give it to them, right? And one of the things I quickly realized with students and clients is that they do the same thing. They will ask you for something over and over and over and over and over again, even after you've said no, just to see if you'll cave, just to see if you're really going to hold the line. And it what I've managed to heal, what healing my boundaries did for me is that I hold the line, and I hold the line because it's my values, but also because not holding the line ends up leading to a lack of integrity. You end up promising things that you just don't have the time or the energy to deliver, and that leads to resentment. All right. Of course you want to be able to make everybody happy, but it's a suicide mission. You can't. Even if you were to sacrifice all hours God sends, you wouldn't be able to make everybody happy. Okay, and that's important for you to understand. Serving God is not a popularity contest. Even Jesus had haters. Okay, what you're here to do is follow your divine life purpose, and you'll have people who won't like you even if you're invisible. So you need to work on the belief that when you were bullied, it's because there was something wrong with you, or because you were weird. You were bullied because that person was insecure and they felt threatened by you and they had stuff to work out. And because on a soul level, you were learning to stand up for yourself, that you are perfect exactly as you are, and that your kind of weird is wonderful, and it's exactly what the world needs. And you really want to kind of energetically take your power back from those people as well. So, last exercise for today, I want you to close your eyes and energetically, anywhere where you're giving your power away to bullies or to haters or to people who have no business defining who you are or deciding whether you're weird or normal. Nobody gets to decide that. We're just going to command Archangel Michael to bring our power back now. Okay, so for those of you that are new, I specialize in medical intuition. We're going to be doing our famous medical intuitive course starting in January. Cart closes on the 21st of December. Currently, we're still at early bird prices. If you'd like to train to be a certified medical intuitive, drop me a DM or a message or an email, and let's have a chat and see if the course is a good fit for you. It's a fully certified technique. It is a brand new modality, and we've already trained our first round of medical intuitives last year. I have a feeling that somebody watching needs to hear this because they are a medical intuitive, and it's time for them to step into their powers and their gifts. Let me do our closing prayer. And then I'll see most of you guys from 4 until 5 to do our financial freedom challenge. And I'll do a few metaphysical principles around manifesting abundance. We'll do a quick energy clearing, and then I'll do more live Q&As from your angels about how to remove abundance blocks. Please share or send to other people if you think that this could be of help to anybody in their life and you think people that love angel readings. I would really, really, really appreciate it. And the angels are kind of going, please share. There's some people that need this. Okay. Oh, great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives, and we thank you for these good, good people. We thank you for all that you are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Bye, everyone. See you at 4.